how to get your first 10,000 followers. Number one, first thing you got to do is start with a plan. And this is something I see so many people, they're like, I got to be online, I got to share my work online. And I assume the audience here is mostly illustrators, artists. We may have a handful of photographers, typographers. Um, Basically, what what I'm talking what I'm going to be talking about, and I guess the audience that I think will appreciate this most are people who do create imagery, whether it's videography, um, whether it's logo design, illustration, paintings, things like that. And what people know is they know that they have to be online, they have to share their work, and so they log on and create accounts and just start posting and knowing that, okay, at least I'm doing something. And my answer to that is, okay, that's good that you're at least doing that, but if you go into this with a plan, you're going to be much better off a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now with your social media following than if you're just going into it blindly, not knowing what to do. So start with a plan. How do you figure out what your plan is? You need to ask yourself one big question, and that is, what do you want to use social media for? Okay? And there's so many different reasons for people. I've come up with a few here, and ask yourself this: do you want to use it to drive people to your products? Are you an illustrator who puts out children's books? Are you a comic artist who puts out comics? Are you a graphic designer who creates t-shirts or prints or things like that? You might want to use social media to drive people to these products so that they can buy them. Um, Maybe that's not your thing. Maybe you don't create products, but you do work freelance, and you might want to use social media to drive people to find who you are and to offer you work. I think that's a perfectly valid reason to be on the internet sharing your work, to try to get work from people who can hire you. Perhaps it's not those two things. Perhaps you just want to influence people. You might be passionate about a particular, um, uh, you know, we just got through a particularly heated political season here in the States, and people might want to use social media to influence people to one side or the other. People might want to use social media to influence people to a particular cause that they're passionate about. There's many different things. It might even just be uh, um, a particular challenge that you offer people, and you want to influence people to do this thing. So think about it that way. Perhaps you just want to connect with other artists. You might live in an area where there's not a creative community, and you want to use social media to find other artists that you can associate with, socialize with. That might be the reason that you want to be on social media. Perhaps you want to build a community around your work. Okay, you might have a body of work already created. You might be, an older artist. You have 30 books under your belt, and you never really have had this social media presence, and you just want to draw this community in, who might already be fans of you offline, and bring them together online. And then lastly, maybe you just want to do it for fun. It could be as simple as that. These are the things. Ask yourself, what do you want to use social media for? And when you answer that question, it's going to determine what you do from here on out. It's going to determine how you use it. It's going to determine what platforms you decide to use. Some platforms are better for driving people to products. Other platforms are better for building a community. Others are better for influencing. So answer these questions, figure that out, and then move ahead to the next one, which is number 2.